to do a small recap of what happened last time or what they remember?
Sure.
Well, Stefan has the most interesting
Fill in any parts that I missed. I think we started in the middle of a battle in Reynar's house. There were still an intellect devourer and some Illith attacking us, and some drow who apparently were allies of Andre, although he also didn't know that they were drow.
Well, allies of my boss, anyway.
The Illithid teleported away, tried to grab Renar, but failed to teleport him with him. And, well, one of the drow that was injured that we already took care of before turned out to be a sibling of the other two. So after a quick interrogation, he gave us some information, but not that much, I think. Yeah, he told us a little bit about Senator, who might or may not be a floating eye. He tells us a little bit about Nilor, who was the Illithid who teleported away, and about the goldfish called Sylar. Eventually, we returned him, or Andre returned him to his brothers. And I don't think he gave us all that much other useful information. Although,
no, just that Illithid was second in command of Senator.
Yep.
And the Grill was a bodyguard / assassin for the Drow mage.
Yeah.
Yeah, the brother of Saloon. Yeah.
Saloon? No, wait, that's John. John is called
It was John Saloon, and his brother was the Drow mage indeed.
Cinnabar?
No, Cinnabar.
Cinnabar, yeah. So after you brought Nal back, we had a bit of a rest. We had a bath, had a nice little fun. Renar gave us a nice little bag, which someone turned inside out when it turned out to be full, and we had to clean up some seawater. Yeah, and we got some gold, so nothing really special happened there. I think Sean ran into the previous owner of the Glory of the North, but I didn't write out any details since my character wasn't there.
Yep. Exactly. Dwarven lady, I believe she was owner of a big construct that was standing outside. There was
Uria or something like that.
Ulrika, yeah.
Ulrika Stone Marrow.
Marrow, correct. Yeah.
She had a shield guardian, and Liv was an employee when Lucuria still owned the bar. She was offering to sell us a glyph of boarding if we wanted one, but we don't have that kind of money yet. And yeah, brought you back to Captain Sword. I ordered the grill and the geyser stuffed and mounted to be added to our freak horror show at the bar. And we went to sleep, and we woke up because someone was bombing our house.
No, that was still a day in between, because first Renard's guard showed up. Olivia went to investigate what happened to the murders, or the murders we were accused of. Talius and Andre went to the eye catcher. We had a little bit of conversation, and they're probably all drow in disguise, as it turns out. And he even hinted at, or Captain Zorazant hinted at the fact that Renar might actually be lying to us about not knowing anything about the reward or the money that they're looking for, or the stone that they're looking for. So
yeah.
And then the day after that we had an explosion outside of the Glory of the North.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay. Are you recording, Stefan, by the way?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is where we start our session. It's quite early in the morning, and it is a normal day in Waterdeep, but your establishment has just been, all the windows have been crashed out the front side. shooken up by this enormous explosion, if you can see on the map, where the fireball has detonated. And yeah, this did happen. This is early morning, but it's not that early that there was nobody on the street. So yeah, what do you do?
Oh, now check what happened.
Grabbing my weapons and running outside.
Yeah. And what you see outside, if you're all running outside, you see the aftermath of this charred remains of a lot of individuals. Some might be passers-by, some might be the target of the fireball, or maybe you were the target of the fireball. It's hard to say, but it's like this a war zone. Like this, everybody's ears are still ringing from the fireball. There's smoke everywhere, people screaming and crying in the streets, huddled around, and you see a couple of dead bodies lying strewn about the place. What do you want to do?
Can I run to any wounded people I see to see if any of them are still alive? I have a healer's kit, I believe. Yeah, I have a healer's kit. If there's a chance that I might be able to save any of the wounded people in front, so drag them away from like just still in the fire.
Make a perception check.
Yeah, I'll put on my detect magic just to see if there was any magic
24
behind this explosion.
Sorry, I'm still looking. That's the wrong thing. Okay, so Andre 24 perception, yeah, and you're looking for magic. And Thalius, what are you doing?
I'm not there. I'm on a ship.
You're on the ship.
I'm on the eye catcher where I slept.
Oh yeah, you're not there. Oh, I forgot about it. Oh, you just have to do it with the two of you then.
I'll immediately send a paper bird towards Thalius because
yeah.
I'm not doing the two guys getting fucked again, zeg maar. I'm not.
Been there, done it.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, it's not going to be TPK because I'm not there.
Olivia's probably there. Olivia's probably there, but she's looking around as well. So Andre, what you see is the blast. Everybody in the blast radius is dead. There's no. Maybe a revival spell could help, but everybody in the zone is dead. But you see on the steps, you see a lady sitting on the corner here. Probably pretty posh, pretty high-class ladies in shock, and you also see a little boy near Levalier's place, huddled in shock, weeping, and there's other people walking about, but these people you catch most notice of. If you see anybody else.
Would I be able to help them with my normally, well, mechanically anyway, the healer's kit is just to stabilize someone who's unconscious. But can I use? I still have 5 charges.
You can use the charge to maybe patch. If you go to the lady, she has some scrapes and bruises, so nothing life-threatening, but probably some hit points down. But you could help tend to her wounds if you want. She's still a bit in shock, so she will let you can do anything to her. What you see, Sean, is there is some magical activity, but most of the time it's on people's bodies, like magical items. Nothing in this. There's some. There's not a lot of magic going off in the blast radius in that sense. Let me double check if I'm saying this correctly. Maybe there is, but I don't think so. Yeah, no. There's no magical sign coming from the bodies in the blast radius.
Yeah, then I just want to make a check to see if I know what did this. Because
Yeah, make an investigation check to see if you can ascertain what happened here.
I'll expand a charge for each of the 2 wounded people from my healer's kit, and I'll give them some water from my water's kit.
Okay.
I don't know.
What you so you see all these bodies strewn about. It's 11 bodies. I can. What you do see, you can't really deduce what happened here, but you see like 2 elderly female humans, based on the chart remains. 2 cloaked individuals in leather armor, heavily armored. Heavily weaponized. 2 female humans and 1 half-elf in normal clothes, and a gnome, a male gnome in a burned cloak, and he's clutching a dagger, and 2 female halflings with some instruments, and also 2 male halflings with some instruments. So. Musical instruments.
Yeah, just to check.
Yeah. Yes. Instruments of mass destruction, but no.
The heavily armed ones are any? Yeah, they're burned, so probably not. But can I make any sense of if they were city guards or soldiers or?
Make another investigation check to see if you can see what's happening here. Yeah, it's hard to say with from closer inspection. What you see, a familiar symbol in the necks of these people and on the hands. It's a winged snake symbol. You've seen this before.
No.
And on the other one that was holding a dagger, the gnome, you don't see any symbols.
And there's no magical signature coming from the dagger?
No, it's just an ordinary dagger.
Just a regular dagger that wrapped in
Yeah, and while you're tending to the wounds, how would you say Halloween? Because that's so Halloween. when you're doing to Andre and Sean, the moment, a lot of city guards come barging in from all sides of the place, and they start cordoning off all entries and exits to Trollsfoot Alley. So there will be guards stationed here, guards stationed here, guards in this place, and there are probably guards walking around, but they're all they're not paying attention to you directly, but they're coming in and setting up the crime scene, so to say.
Yeah, Sean will back away from. She can't get anything else from it, then see if we can help Andre with anything, or anyone else that needs help, or food or whatever.
So at this time, you probably the paper bird will. It's pretty fast, so you'll get the paper bird now, Thalius, on the ship.
I assume it says something like we're under attack, or what?
Yeah, but basically gonna say big explosion at our at the inn. Think we're under attack. Get here ASAP.
Okay. If I'm awake and notice the paper bird.
You can roll for it if you want.
I guess I'm gonna.
Until you wake up.
I'm gonna find.
Origami.
Exactly.
Paper cuts all over your
I'm
forehead.
gonna find the captain, and or see if I can find the captain or some deckhand or someone who's awake, who can arrange for a shuttle to the shore. Although probably I want to see the captain first. Tell him.
Zord is not in his chamber at the moment, or Yoroxol, how you now know him. He's not fading in the skies anymore around you. He's full drow all the time. He's not in his chamber.
So I'll just
you understand that he's left on another mission. But,
I'll look for the quartermaster or whoever's in charge of the ship and
thank
him for my stay.
Find Saloon John pretty quickly. He's on the ship running errands and stuff. And
Saloon.
yeah,
I know you guys are into information gathering. I just got this note that there was apparently a big explosion and maybe an attack on the Glory of the North.
you don't say.
Would you know anything about that's going on here?
No, I haven't heard anything about it. We're certainly not involved.
Well.
No.
No, that's not what I figured. I figured maybe you would know. I'd heard rumors or.
It's quite bold to. It's in the day, so somebody did an explosion in the middle of the day.
Yeah,
and,
apparently just now.
huh.
Anyway, I mean, it's the second time we're attacked this week, so I'm not sure if, yeah, I guess, can you arrange for transportation to the shore?
Yeah, and he snaps his finger, and one of the other drows comes to get Thalius to shore in the dinghy, and you see the drow changes his face, and he becomes half elf human form, and he follows orders and gets you in the rowboat.
Pretty cool trick. How long does that last usually for you?
Depends. We all do it in different ways, but we have our own. We have to refresh it quite often. We don't come in the city normally that often during the day.
Then it doesn't really matter, I guess. And I'm gonna try to grab a coach to the fast travel coaches to
so
this way.
all in all, this will take you about 40 minutes from end to end. So at least you're on your way. Let's put it that way.
I'm gonna stop like, I don't know, at least 5 minutes walk, maybe 10 minutes walk away from here. So I
50-ish minutes.
yeah.
You know. But at least this is set in motion. In the meantime, the place is cordoned off. Do you want to do anything else, Sean and Andre, while you're while this is happening? You so what you sense? Well, make an insights or intelligence roll for me. It doesn't matter which one for me.
I'll say I do wanna start
20,
asking
23.
people that look like they're okay to see if they know what happened. What did they see?
Yeah. So based on this insight intelligence check, you know that there will be some. This place now cordoned off. You're not going in and out. You've seen this before in other events or murders that happened. So the real detectives will soon be in place to do the full investigation. So this is your time and place, I'd say. But
Exactly.
yeah,
So before they arrive, I want to try and ask some people that are around if they saw what happened.
Yeah. So there's a couple of people that catch your attention. The two people that Andre tended wounds to. So the fancy lady sitting on the corner of near your home here. The little boy and some of the shop owners come out as well. So Fala as well has is like hands for her mouth, shocked to see what happened here, and those are the main people you can ascertain that haven't been blown up, or but that were present in the alley. Maybe some other people as well, but they have left or they're not part of this scene anymore.
Yeah, I'll talk to the lady first since Andre helped her. Hopefully she's a bit more receptive for a more short conversation, or for my questions at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see here, this woman is very wealthy. I mean, the clothes are probably more expensive than your entire possessions put together. It's a very wealthy woman. And she's sitting in shock, caressing her stuff.
Yeah, I'll just sorry to bother you, lady. I hope my friend was able to tend to your wound somewhat. I hate to ask this in the manner like this in your distress, but you know, memory tends to be fleeting. Did you see what happened here? Did you see the explosion itself, or?
I mean, yeah, I think it's so weird. So they're all dead? Are they all dead?
I'm afraid most of them are. Yes.
It was so weird. I came out of Vincent's shop. You know, she's talking about Vincent Trench, the private detective who lives here. I came out of Vincent's shops and I was mesmerized by this creature standing on top of the rooftops across the street, and then all of a sudden this flashed and this bang, and I was looking at it while I was walking, and I was blasted away by the sheer heat and power of the explosion. It was something man, it was such a weird creature.
What kind of creature was it exactly? Yeah. Could you
It
describe
was
it, or-
more like a puppet without strings. It was shaped like a man, and it hurled something into the crowd. And all those I saw those the halflings dancing. They were so merry, and they're making some music, and they're all dead. And
When did? Yeah. Was right here on the rooftop, and he just points at the rooftop of their. Yeah.
it's and she points to the right direction. I was on the
yeah.
rooftop across the street. Or maybe here. It was standing outside. It was.
And they were just performing, minding their business.
I mean, I was not really I was hearing it in the background as I turned the corner because I was looking at a strange creature, and I saw them making music, and I had to smile. It was such a merry, and then all of a sudden they weren't there anymore. I mean,
Just see the guards are already setting off the perimeter, so city guards should be here quickly.
Did I notice the heavily armed guys with the tattoos? Because I was, well, triaging, I guess.
you were not looking at the bodies that much. I think I don't know, Sean, that you relayed that information. Otherwise,
I probably will after the conversation with her. Yeah, already.
Are they still there even now that city guard is showing up?
the city guard is cordoned off this area, and there is some time until the police investigation crew arrives, but you don't know how much time you have.
But they're still there, the guys with the
Yeah,
tattoos.
so everything. So you tended to some wounds, but the situation has not changed. It's getting sparser because in the beginning there were still people standing around, but now most of them have fled or run away or screamed or cried away at. But this woman was still sitting there in shock, and there's some other individuals you can ask, but the crime scene is freshly burned.
I'm gonna go up to the two armored people with the tattoos.
Yeah, no problem.
So, have you guys see anything interesting?
Sorry, the armored guys were dead, right?
Yeah, they're
Oh, they were
burned
dead. I
and
thought
dead on
they
the
were
floor.
standing.
Everybody
Oh,
in
never mind.
the blast radius, the armored with the tattoos, those are dead.
I thought they were standing by.
No,
Speak
no.
with that. No.
Yeah. That's
Unfortunately.
you do know if your attention is still to go into blast radius that you see some city watch that are cordoning off. They are looking at you like, what the hell are you doing? but I don't know if you're actually planning to go to the dead bodies at this point. But
No, I misunderstood. I thought they were part of the bystanders.
no. No.
Sean would start walking towards
Fala?
where the woman said that he was on the roof. I don't know how high up it is.
It's a bit higher than Polsko Manor. It's a block with houses. It's also the Korean the Corellan, what's it called? Crown. The shop from Fala Latvia, where you buy your potions.
She ran out, right?
Yeah, she ran out.
I'll walk up to her then.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, John.
Well, not good day,
Oh,
but
you're all
hello.
right.
Hi. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Luckily we are.
What happened here? It's
Not quite sure, and I'm gonna be direct before the city guard gets here. Sorry, but one of the people that are here during the blast said they saw something on your roof. Is there any way from your store to get onto your roof?
yeah, we have. You can first. You can go to the attic, and there's not much of the roof, but there's a way to get on the roof from my store. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to take a quick look, see if I can any see sign of.
Yeah.
who
So.
or what is there.
Okay. She's still flabbergasted by the situation, and.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. And she's still standing like it's in and up. You found your way, and it's not that hard because you follow
Yep.
the stairs, and
Yeah.
at some point you get to the attic and climb the
Yep.
stairs, and there's a little hatch you have to slide open. It's a bolt. It's bolted, but you can slide it open and get on the roof.
I'll look at Andre if he's gonna follow me or stay down. Since he's more the ranger, the tracker, and the.
I'm right behind you.
All right.
Yeah. So Andre follows you upstairs, and Fala is like, What's going on? What are you guys doing?
See if there was someone on top of the building that attacked her, or they might get some a track on him while it's still fresh.
Okay. And you run upstairs and you get on the roof and make an investigation check, both of you.
Can I give Andre
You can give him advantage, yeah, sure.
advantage? I'm not that good at it either.
11, not that much better.
The thing is, you do see something like it's a rooftop, so there's a lot of things thrown about. There's not many people locked here lately. I think at least it's hard to say at this point. It's a bit messy, but you see this little tattered piece of cloth that is floating in the wind, and then as you see it lets go and it drifts down to the street. That's the only thing you see.
Right. And looking around, because the explosion happened relatively recently. If I look around, do I by any chance see anyone like bouncing over the?
No, it's happened recently, but not that recently. You've been out of the building and tend to people, and but you can look around. You can make a perception check, see if you see someone shifty. But
Assume there's no magic lingering here either.
yeah, so you look around, but it's chaos. People are still running around, helping each other, comforting each other. But you see from the distance something arriving from the north fence, but it's hard to say what exactly.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah,
get
well,
down
because you
after
have to
the,
understand, the street's not cornered off, but there's a lot of people coming from all over the city. And actually, what you do see is there are some griffins starting to and there's because there's still smoke billowing, or like there was like this mushroom cloud, and there's some griffins, cavalry riders from Waterdeep that are scouting the environment, and there's drones of people looking like behind the guards, like what happened here, and looking at the bodies. It's people,
Let's see if I
it's getting
get to the, yeah, I wanted to see if I can get to the piece of cloth before.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna use Misty Step to quicken my travel.
You misstep downstairs? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
no problem. Yeah, so you're downstairs and you can make investigation check with advantage because you were so quick to see if you see the cloth. Yeah, okay, I'll give that to you with the 12. You see the cloth, you get the cloth, and you have it. And what you see on it, it's torn. It's nothing much, but there's this symbol of a four-spoked cogwheel on it. It's not something you.
Wheel.
Four-spoked cogwheel. See if I'm saying this correctly, by the way. Sorry, a toothed cog. So it's a cogwheel with four spokes. Sorry. Yeah. So it's a normal cogwheel with four spokes in it. Yeah. And you can make a history check. See if you know this as a Wallabian.
Am I down at this point to help, or?
Nope. So you're still so you're walking down, but so at least I think Sean pocketed it. You can look at it later if he shows it to you, but
Yeah, I'll definitely.
okay. So it doesn't really it's somewhere nagging in your minds, but it's hard to put your finger on it where you've seen this before. Andre, you can make you're less well today. Let's see what you can do. You can make a religion check.
Yeah, not so funny.
Yeah, where Sean is still pondering his mind and probably not looking too much at the symbol itself, what it is, you recognize this instantaneously. This is a symbol of the House of God. It's a religion, original follower of God, a god of innovation and arcane mixed with technical prowess. It's most famous, and they have a big temple here in the middle of Waterdeep. You've been there probably to get some gadgets fixed at some point. That's why you probably know it.
Probably why it was nagging me. I've seen it in the town, but didn't put the connection together.
Yeah, it's like hey, you've seen it, but what is it again? Yeah.
This is from the gadget people. They have a big temple. It's they do sciencey things.
And then you see Falak.
Yeah.
Did you find something? Did you see somebody?
It was pretty empty. But
Maybe that's from the guy that ran away.
could be. We'll let officials know when they get there. Do you know them well then, right? This temple? These people, are they? I mean, assuming they have a large temple, they're good people, right? Usually.
Yeah, I assume I know where it is in town. Like I've been past a couple of times work-wise to have a few things fixed and ran a few errands. Don't know any of them personally, but the symbol is quite clearly theirs.
Great, another group to deal with.
But what you might have missed me saying, like Fala said, well, maybe it was from the guy that ran away after the explosion.
Ah, my bad. I did not hear that, no. Yeah, I thought you said a guy ran away.
Yeah, well, a guy.
Not
yeah,
the
that
guy. You saw someone ran away?
Yeah, not from on top of my store, but just directly after the explosion.
Hmm.
I mean, it was so smoky, it blew some of my windows out. So I don't, maybe I mistook, but I was watering my plants here in the greenhouse and on the second floor, and the blast, some of the windows came out. Your windows must have blasted out as well, but I'm so glad I wasn't injured. But through the smoke, I saw this cloaked man getting something from the body of the gnome, spraying something there or looking through his clothes, and then he started limping away. And he was very shifty, and he was looking at stuff, and he ran away towards, and she points towards the east side, so towards this area. He was looking that way area.
And he limped.
So at this point, so what you still see is the boy you saw earlier, who was still in shock next to you. So he's pretty close, sitting next to a rain barrel. But on the north side of the place, you see the crowds wide open and a group of city guards and city watch come in. City watch come in, and in this group you see two people you recognize. It's Sergeant Cromley and Magister Blastwinds, famous detectives of Waterdeep, and they enter the crime scene, and they start immediately assessing the situation. And you see that they notice you standing there, and he's writing something down, but they're not focusing on you yet, but they're assessing the situation, making notes, pencil marks, talking to some of the closer ones, talking to the city guard, but that's happening right now.
Hey, Barnabas.
He's across the street, so you're for your information, he's coming from the north end, so
He just shouts louder.
In this end, and you're coming here, but you're walking towards him.
Yeah.
Sean will stay behind and see if he can quickly talk to the little boy before.
Okay,
I'll try and buy you some more time.
Yeah, and Thalius, it's at this point in the investigation, I think you and here somewhere walk in the streets past your friend the gambling hall, where you put your money, and you walk down the street to the south entrance, and you see it cordoned off, so you cannot come in. There's crowds of people standing there to get a glimpse, but at least you are at that point. But you go to Barnabas.
So, like, for my information, how far away did they corner it off, like in feet? Did they like set up the whole block, or just like
yeah.
the
So
street?
so there is guards positioned here at this end. Maybe halfway. So they're not. They're blocking of this part, and they're definitely blocking of this part, and there's also a group of guards standing here.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah. So they try to be as hermetically as possible.
I'm gonna try to look for like on the south street, so outside of the blockade. I'm gonna try to look for like an alley or like a little part where I can sit without anyone seeing me.
You can. There's. You mean outside the
outside of the blockade?
Yeah, you can probably sit here somewhere. There's places. There's a lot of people
Yeah, so
standing
I
there.
like. Oh, let's see. How do you ping again?
You can just press hold.
Oh, there. Yeah, so somewhere
Yeah.
there or there, like someone where I can just like squeeze in between the houses so no one sees me, or I'm somewhat covered.
For your information, this is the Avi
blacksmith,
and
right?
Ember's steel shop.
Yeah.
There's no sound coming right now. You probably think they're looking at the other side as well to see if they can catch a glimpse, but what's happened? But going back to Jan, so doing it first. So you walk over to Barnabas. And
Meet again, Inspector.
he's taking notes, and he just says, "Mr. Coldleaf, I would say that's the price, but really isn't it?
Well, it would be weird if I wasn't here, since it is the place that I live that got attacked.
Yes, it's always something to do with you guys, isn't it? If it's isn't murder, it's explosions. We haven't forgotten about the murder, by the way. We're still investigating.
No, that's fair enough. But technically, it could also be the bunch of dead people outside of our place that has something to do with this. But obviously, we would like to figure out who's firebombing our place. I talked to the fancy lady there. We patched a few people up that wasn't, well...
Whoa. I'm sorry, Mr. Coldleaf. I would really like you to stay out of our investigation, if you don't mind. I know you intend well, but this is a police matter. And we're taking care of this, and we're going through this thoroughly. So please refrain from talking to any of the witnesses, if you will. And
that's fine. I won't be doing that anymore because I'm already done. So.
Okay. Well, for that matter, since this was either aimed at you or originated by you, because that's something we have not decided yet, you'll be one of our...
clarify the logic of us attacking our own place?
Well, maybe you were attacked and you defended yourself by throwing a fireball. I don't know. It's a lot of speculation happening here. The thing is, there's a fireball outside your place, so you're involved one way or another.
Potentially. Okay, so theoretically, if we're not allowed to talk to people, then I might theoretically talk to the lady sitting over there that I theoretically patched up, that theoretically told me that she saw someone on the roof of the potion shop over there, that someone would theoretically go to the roof to look at and find a piece of cloth with this symbol on it. Theoretically.
You took evidence from the crime scene in your own hands and placed... I know
It was flying away.
Well, Mr. Coldleaf, but I would really would like you to understand that this is a police matter, and with all your good intentions, please stay out of this investigation. We will take this slowly.
I am done now. I just wanted to catch it while it was fresh. So theoretically, one might find this if one would have gone to the ceiling, see it float down, have one of their friends find it before it flew away, realize this symbol was linked to the Church of Gaunt.
Yes, Gaunt. We know. Thanks. I'm a Volunteer myself. And he slips his finger, and one of the guys bags it in one of the evidence bags that they have. And,
also, one could maybe talk to the owner of the potion shop, who theoretically might have seen someone who could have been wearing robes that could belong to the Church of Gaunt, steal something from one of the corpses, and then theoretically walk away.
I don't want any information from you. All this information looks what I perceive as the truth. I don't really try my email. But please stop. Please stop. I beg you. We'll speak to you soon, Mr. Cloudleaf, to get your side of the story, but don't talk to any more of my witnesses. And please tell your criminal friends, criminal, that's my prejudgments. Your friends.
As long as you're not biased, it's fine.
No. I'm trying to keep an open mind here. That there's a fireball explosion outside the place of wanted murderers, but sure, I'll try to get it out of my mind. And
well, technically, we're
Not
not really
technically, not theoretically.
wanted.
Please stay on Waterdeep. We'll Waterdeep talk to you. By the way, you must of course know that while this is under investigation of how and what, we have to close your establishments for the time being. So unless we find the culprit and find out what happened here, just consider this establishment closed. It shouldn't take more than a month, but our
Very
investigation.
way to ensure that we will not look into this at the same time, give us more free time and prevent us from working.
Thanks for being
Thank you.
so. Anyway, so this is your nice encounter with Barnabas, and he doesn't like you. You don't have to go inside for that. In the meantime, you're still handling one of the other witnesses. You see a 12-year-old boy, Sean, was handling by one of the rain barrels that's from the roof. And he's rocking and shaking and looking at. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll just walk up to him. Hello, little fellow.
Hi.
Sorry, didn't mean to startle you. You alright? There was something, wasn't it?
People. I've never seen so. Never seen anything like this.
And you were alone, or your parents?
I was walking with my friends here, but they ran away. But I don't know.
Did you see what happened?
I was just playing with my friends, and then I heard this loud flash of bang, and all these people were dead. There was smoke everywhere, and make a perception check, by the way. Sean, by the way. Wow.
Yeah, great. I'm really perceptive. That's not bad.
And you see he's talking, but he's hiding something under his shirt.
Alright. I'm just what do you have there?
Nothing. You don't have to roll he's lying.
Yeah,
He's looking at it.
I-
Like, nothing, sir.
I think there's something there. Friend, you know the time to hide something.
And actually, what you there is some an element of magic emanating beneath his shirt, and when he lowers it, he shows you it's a necklace with beads on it. He said, "It's not mine. When I was sitting here playing, I hiding, I heard plop, and something fell off the roof, and in the rain barrel, and I took it out, and it was this thing."
I kind of put my hand out. I think I should take that and give it to the city guard.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. He'll take you as authority, but he'll come on. Oh man.
You're +7.
You try to grab the necklace, but only grab one bead, and it just blows up.
Like, but you're not city guard. Are you? I mean,
How alone am I with this boy?
You're pretty alone in the sense that he's hiding behind a rain barrel.
Did you
You're
become a
standing,
priest?
I mean,
I'm gonna cast suggestion on him.
do it. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a DC 15 wisdom save for the little boy.
he's not very wise. Let's see. IO F4. Yeah, he's. What do you say? What do you suggest to him?
I'll just say, I suggest you give me the necklace and forget about it.
Okay. And he gives you no problem. He gives you the necklace. And you see that there are 2 beads remaining in this necklace.
Okay, I'll just pocket it for now.
Yep.
And I'll just ask him to be complete about it. Did you see a man with a limp run by as well as your friends left, or?
No, sorry. I was just playing with my friends and we're not paying a lot of attention. I just after the explosion, I just ducked behind this barrel and tried not to look at the dead bodies, sir. And,
I can understand. Well, be safe and just wait here for the guards. They will help you get you back to your family.
For my since there is already City Watch there, make a sleight of hand check or a stealth check, whatever you want, to see how stealthy you can pull this off.
Okay.
Lifting evidence from the crime scene, so to say. It's a bit away from the crime scene, but it's above 10, so that's good enough.
Yeah, it would definitely be like with his back.
Yeah, you're standing there.
Eyes.
There's a lot of things happening here. You're
Behind
not pulling out your hands, and it's good enough. But so yeah, you have yourself beats and you now sense, because it's getting busier, some other City Watch, and they are running full investigation now. And you sense that if you start asking more people staff questions, you get more noticed. You can try, of course, what you want, but
No. I'm gonna leave it there. He's already taking some chances with this.
Yep.
So. I'll see how Andre is doing, and if I see him walking away by now from the nice detectives, I'll,
yeah.
I tried to buy you as much time as I could, but
I
Yeah, so this helped definitely. So Barnabas was more annoyed and focused on you, so he didn't see Sean do any of that, of course.
I tried to play it very lighthearted and dumb, but I doubt that he's gonna keep falling for it. But I don't think he's my biggest fan right now.
Well, I don't think he's our biggest fan either way, so with everything that's going on. But
yeah, you see Tally coming over as well, so he thought, wow, oh man, we just fixed this place. You know,
yeah,
I'll help you restore some of this stuff for a friend's favor. I mean, you guys are giving you worse luck with people attacking your place. You're free
much
to open it.
appreciated. Yeah.
Thank you.
But I'll have to still charge you for materials, of course, but I'll get it sorted out. But when your little police friends are gone, then you can...
See how long we need to keep the place closed. Yeah, by the way, they're gonna close the bar until they figure it out. And taking into consideration how he views us at the moment, I don't think they're particularly in a rush to go to the bar.
I mean, I can understand that they're doing that, but yeah, that's annoying. But well, means we can spend our time on our own investigations at least. We do have some things to check out still.
Yeah, I don't think they thought it all the way through. They don't want us to interfere, and then they prevent us from working. So.
It's bureaucracy. It's bureaucracy. You know this, Andre. It's like they don't care either way. They just follow procedure, and they do it as long as it takes. It's not, there's no win for them to. It's not their choice, right? So they're just doing step by step.
Maybe a little bit in this particular situation. He might enjoy the fact that he gets to do it for a bit.
And actually, at this point, you so if Thales, if you want to do anything or get any,
I'm like, when I find a nice spot to hide, I'm gonna send my familiar up to and tell it to like circle and
can you see
like-
through his eyes or?
yeah, I can if it's within 100 feet.
Alright. You see, you can make a perception check for your familiar to see what you see.
I'm probably looking for Sean and Andre, but let's see.
Yeah, well, if you do circle long enough, then at some point you see them. It's hard, but it's a bird. Its focus shifts all the time to all those places. But you've seen glimpses of them, so you know they're walking around there. What you ascertain, you don't know exactly where they are, but there's no hostility going on. So there's no attack. Based on the information you got, you were under attack. There's a lot of police there. You've seen your friends, but where they are. And at that moment, Barnabas and Crombie come over to you guys. If you're standing together, Andre and Sean, and they take each other apart. And Barnabas is going to talk to you, Sean. Sir, can you tell in your own words what happened here and what you've been doing since the event?
Well, I got woken up by not woken up, startled by a big bang. Just
And what
enjoying
time
my
was
morning.
it out?
Early morning. I don't really
You
recall.
were lady of 15 there, yeah.
I ran out, saw several bodies, several wounded people. My companion and friend immediately looked to see if he could help any of the wounded. I inspected the bodies at the blast site to see if anything was still alive there, if any of the bodies that were still moving, if anyone was breathing still. I talked to a lady that was sitting over there, and he points at the one. She told me she saw a puppet-like figure standing on the roof over there, and I point over there. That threw something.
You've not seen this yourself.
I did not see this myself. No.
I'm sorry, that's all. And thank you for your cooperation, though. But I really want to know what you saw and witnessed. Do you know any of the people that are currently deceased in the center circle?
I do not. The ones in the heavy armor do have Zentrum tattoos, though. Pretty obvious.
You're familiar with the Zentrum?
Unfortunately, I am, yeah.
Okay, but you're not affiliated with them.
And I were
And
so
you see him
Swiss.
You see him glancing at your like. Do you have any tattoos, by the way, Sean? I don't know.
I don't have any tattoos now. That's
It's looking around, but okay. So okay. Yeah. So you will talk to this woman. Did you talk to any other witnesses?
the shopkeeper owner quickly.
Yes.
Just a neighbor talk, nothing special. She told me what she saw, nothing else.
Yeah, we'll get a statement for her. And for my information, do you know any reason why this fire? So this is your establishment, right? I understand. Is there any reason why this was targeted at your place? Well, it didn't really directly hit it, but why this happened in front of your house or your?
I have no idea. Maybe it's the same people that tried to frame me for murder.
Oh, yes, indeed. Thank you for cooperation, and we'll be in touch if we know anything. And they'll turn to some other questions. And in the meantime, Crombie will investigate, talk to you, Andre. It's like you already talked to Barnabas, but I want to get your statement as well.
Yeah.
What did you notice? So the same questions. If there's anything special you want to tell him.
No, I don't know what happened with the kid, and I didn't hear that he didn't mention the cloth part. But since I already showed him the cloth or gave him the cloth, so basically the exact same story, except for the fact that lady pointed to the roof, talked to the shopkeeper, went to the roof, saw the cloth came down. Sean picked it up. We recognized it, and then I handed it to Barnabas. Other than that, exactly the same.
Okay. Yeah. Good to know. And again, the same question. Do you have any idea? You don't know any of the people killed in this blast zone?
I didn't really have a chance to look. I went directly to the lady there and the little boy.
You
There,
can
to
go
patch him
and that's interesting. Yeah, come over and he'll talk you. He'll walk you through to the bodies and show them to you. You don't have to roll for it. You don't know any of them.
No. Well, I recognized his center rim tattoos on the armored guys there.
Are you
But
up
other
to
than
date?
that, no.
That's good to know.
Unfortunately acquainted. Not voluntarily, and not on good terms. Put it that way.
Good.
As you may have noticed from my previous, from our previous talks during our framing, yeah, I work with the bounty hunters, and sometimes you come across some less desirable people.
Indeed. Well, thank you for your cooperation. Of course, we'll
Anytime.
be here. There will be some cleanup of the crime scene, of course. I assume you have insurance to get this covered, and we'll be in touch shortly if you have more questions. Please don't leave Waterdeep, but I think that was outstanding request based on the previous incident. So,
Yeah, there's plenty to do in Waterdeep at the moment.
yeah. So with that, the investigation continues, but you're being left alone, and you can go into your place. But otherwise, there's actually a guard station to make sure that your establishment is closed off for now. So hey Marco, welcome by the way.
Yeah, hello, sorry guys.
Hello.
No problem, no problem, no problem.
It's not nice for you especially because you prepare a lot of stuff and then you don't show up. And then
We have not killed anyone yet.
oh,
Not yet.
hooray!
More
For your
miracle.
information, a lot has happened in the meantime. Well, a lot has happened, but let's say you just are 2 days to have you just standing a bit far away and just looking at the situation. But there was a fireball explosion, 11 people killed in the blast. None of them are familiar to you. There were some Zentrum among the dead and a guy holding a dagger. Talking to some eyewitnesses, your friends ascertained that one of them was a puppet-like thing throwing something from the roof, probably a fireball, from probably a necklace with fireball beads that dropped down after that, and which a little boy found. And your shopkeeper Fala saw somebody limping away from the blast in the direction of like the sewers, so to say, to the east side of the. Other than that, what you ascertain though is that there was like a piece of the symbol of the Temple of Gaunt, which is a temple in Waterdeep, you probably know it, with a lot of gadgetry, steampunky technology stuff. Very focused on artificers and maybe mechanical robots that look like puppets that throw fireballs off the roof. So this is a small catch up. And let's say you just Barnabas and Crombie are the main investigators, the same people that.
Oh, they are. I was
investigated
about to say
for,
those are the same guys.
Yep, those are the same guys that investigate you for murder. So it was very suspicious to them that this happened in the same place. And if you come out of the, let's just say you were standing in a tavern watching it from afar, and they'll ask you the same questions, but you probably have not.
I know nothing.
You know. Natalius was not there. He was still hiding away on the ship, but he was summoned.
Out of character, Talius was not there again.
Yeah, I was on the eye catcher. I slept on the eye catcher to make sure I wouldn't run into any guards near the glory. Because they were still looking for me.
The thing is, you don't know. You just know Sean sent a paper bird to him,
Yeah.
And that's it. And Talius.
It sounds like we need a Toby.
Okay, but yeah, and also what we're told, like they're taking this investigation seriously, so your place will be closed until they found the culprit, which can take maybe a month or something. So maybe not a big incentive for you, but at least for the other guys to
get
to
the place
hurry
ready,
up the
yeah.
investigation.
Okay, thank you for the update.
Yep. So what do you guys want to do?
Also, Andre is our group diplomat now. He's really good at it. I mean, if you ever want to piss someone off, just have Andre talk to them.
Exactly.
Pretty much
Depends on what
instant
you want
pissed
for a
off.
result.
I just got to stall for a while.
You did good.
Let's see why people see it wasn't that bad. I would be very friendly and open.
Hey, police officer, I was tampering with evidence on the crime scene. I have this for you.
Yeah.
I gave it to them.
Yes, after you. Okay, never mind.
I also love the fact that everybody keeps saying, like, oh, the Xanatar, yeah, there's some bad people around, we just happen to run into them, and all the guards have to think is like, yeah, there's some bad people around, I'm looking at one of them.
Yeah.
We know the Xanatar, we know the Xantarim, yeah.
We
So
know
these
all
are
the
bad
criminals in this town.
Half of them are being paid by the senator to look the other way.
Probably, you don't know.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but this is the situation. What do you
Did
guys want to do?
anyone check the roof yet where the fireball thrower was standing?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It is. And that's where
The
they
guy
found.
really didn't like it. You don't know why.
That's where
That's
we
where he
found
found
the
the glove.
symbol.
Sean also found a little necklace that a boy was hiding from himself. But you wouldn't know that yet because he's keeping that to himself until all the
Okay.
guards are gone or they got this
Sure.
safe space to.
If you're just standing around outside after you've been talked to, at some point, Pro will land on Sean's shoulder and go, Sean, 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 Sean.
Scratched it. I'll give the crowd. Someone's nearby. That's good. So, should we just go inside and talk about this? Not really a lot you can do here.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how Talius is gonna come in, but
You
he
go
can see
inside.
through through the crow, right? We'll take the crow inside with us.
I think.
I'll just put the crumb on my hand and just say,
Is it there's like a crowd around? I would say of people like. who,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but the entryways are cordoned off by the city guard. So there's people, especially here, trying to look in what happens, and it's also cordoned off here and here. So there's the people that are still inside the carded off entries are people that were at the time of the explosion or have left before the city guard arrived. But otherwise, there's not a lot of crowd inside of the crime scene is cordoned off, and the crime scene is for them like the entire Trollskull alley almost, but they probably narrow it down pretty soon after doing some investigation to just your alley.
go inside and
As you're walking towards the glory, the crow flies away again and like starts to fly towards the blacksmith. And at some point, when it like stops and turns around, and it sort of seems to circle around here somewhere.
Alright.
maybe Liv saw something. I bet the investigators haven't talked to her yet. Or him. What is it actually? Is Liv or her or Liv or him?
It's probably him. But that's you didn't know before you probably spoke to Ulrika Stormero, so Sean probably know it was a male spirit. Yeah,
Well,
so
I've seen her see it
Yeah.
when I first found it, but I just never wrote it down.
oh, you've seen Liv, yeah, that's him. Yeah, correct. You've seen the spirit vision. Correct.
Spirit vision.
She doesn't. Yep.
Well, based on Tweety, you want to go for a walk, maybe, instead of having the meeting in our house.
Yeah, let's check. I'll see if I see the detective somewhere.
The detective, yeah, they're about. They're not hard to find. They're.
I'll just go over there. Can we leave the area? Are there any questions you still want to ask us?
No, for now we're all right. You can, as I said, you can roam about with whatever you want. Please don't bother our investigation, but I keep him well deep so we can find you. But as long as you stay near this place, then you'll be alright.
We won't leave the city, but we're just gonna go somewhere, have some breakfast, and
Very well.
settle our emotions a little bit after this.
breakfast.
Okay,
I don't
And
say
he'll
it
walk
like
off.
so. Did you really need breakfast? Because you can make a deception check.
I mean,
You're
Part of it
right
is
next to your own
breakfast.
tavern, so
It's like
Yep.
Roll
we haven't eaten
either,
yet,
either
so
the
at some point.
deception or persuasion for me, just to understand like how you're
Like,
vocalizing.
I guess it
this.
would be more deception than persuasion. I
you're
mean, they're
right
both-
next to your own tavern, which has a huge kitchen. We're gonna make some, get some breakfast
Oh, yeah.
somewhere
Oh,
else.
The DM is not smart enough, but the detective would have thought that like, okay, but deception like sure, okay.
I mean, there was
Yeah.
an explosion in front of our house. We're not gonna eat there right now.
It's all smelled burnt a bit, yeah.
Yeah. It influences the taste palates, man. It's
Yeah, and if you're moving towards the north, or you'll signal to the guys like that you're okay and you can leave. And
yeah, we'll follow the bird, I guess.
I think the bird was the bird at.
Yeah, the bird is gonna like fly over the potion shop and like
Okay,
circle
so you
somewhere
probably leave to
in
the
the
south, and yeah, there's less. The most of the people and the activities, of course, going on here. There's less crowd and people, and you see people dispersing already because as we're speaking, the crime scene is being labeled and tagged and organized and being so some things are put up so people are not spotting everything and yeah, sheets. Yeah, and at some point if you want to go down towards where Telly's not Tally's but Telly Felbar, his place, his shop, and also the shop of Ember and Ari. And yeah, you arrive at this point where Tally is just behind somewhere.
Yeah, I would just like fly over the shop with the bird, assuming that you would make your way through it.
Yeah, certainly.
And then
Right.
oh,
Yeah, so if you're going to enter the shop, yeah, so Ember and Avi is like, man, that was some bad luck, guys. You just opened your store and now there's already an explosion. What happened?
I'm not quite sure.
Well, is there anything we can do to help? Let me know. It's such a shame. You put so much
Do
effort
you
in.
happen to know anyone who has dogs who are specialized in following trails?
Dogs and following trail.
Like a sniffing dog? I don't know what it's actually called.
Bloodhound.
Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, yeah, that's actually the word.
He's a bit like bloodhound. No. Sorry, there must be some for sale, but not a lot of bloodhounds going on the city. It's maybe outside. There's probably farms there that they're training.
Okay.
Only
Thanks
smells
anyway.
good. Sorry. Okay. And they let you pass through the shop. Like, yeah, okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's the furthest still burning hot, by the way. So it's really hot. So he's fire genasi, so he's not that concerned with any of that. But you're sweating profusely when you exit the shop for information.
Yeah.
And you're on the other side, the south side of Trollskull Alley, and the city, the day is going on as normal, and well, here nothing.
You'll hear some.
Not a normal occurrence, but at least it's not that special. There's huge crowds of people here.
You'll hear some crate shift next to their shop, and then Dahlia's walks out. So, well, I guess you. Well, he found you. I didn't want to come in because I think the guards are still looking for me, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's probably a smart choice.
Didn't think this guy's self would work if they're looking for magical perpetrators.
Yeah.
Oh,
We go to. Why don't we go to our little gambling bar, the dive bar? I think that's the most
do they still hate us?
usual place that we won't be bothered by anyone. Like, they have enough shady stuff going on that they won't bother us with our shady stuff.
Yeah,
Yep.
fair enough. I really wonder what the hell happened there.
Yeah, me too. But,
I mean, from what I could see, I couldn't get too close with my bird, but from what I could see, there were like a bunch of bodies outside. Did you get attacked
yeah,
again?
but there was someone or something that threw a bomb or a fireball or something on them, on the group.
Oh, wasn't
Yeah,
you
looks
guys who
like a
killed them?
fireball or-
Based on the amount of wounded taken into consideration, there was quite a few of them armed. For one, I think we might not have been the target. Maybe.
No, I think we were the target, but we were saved by the fireball.
Well, to be fair, the people I spoke
We
to,
weren't the target of the firewall.
No, we were
Someone
the
was-
target of the people who were killed by the fireball, I would say.
that could be true, but they did see someone rummaging through one of the people that died, their pockets. Two of them were Zentarum. I mean, there are some suspicious
There was Zentarum.
things around
Like,
the group of people.
Yes, why would like Santa kill their own people? That
were they all Zentarum or just a couple of them?
Just a couple. There was like a group of street performers.
Well, not much of a savior if he kills a bunch of innocent bystanders.
I
saw
don't think so. No.
two armed characters with Centaurim tattoos, and I think there was one or two others that was carrying weapons as well, but I didn't check in detail.
Mm.
they
But I
can
don't
be
think they were.
hired muscle. It don't necessarily has to be in the guild.
I mean, before we go to the end, I mean, I don't think there's much sense in following the trail, right? Of the guy that was heading that way. I mean,
I would
it's
assume
probably
the
cold
police
by
would
now,
at
and-
least- city guard would at least follow up on that lead. Like,
I mean,
yeah.
it's pretty busy.
And
in
if
the
we
city.
are there, then we get a lot more problems because we we're supposed to stay out of it.
I think if you want to track someone in a busy city, I mean, you need magic. You can't really see footprints on the cobblestone, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. Unless he was injured, maybe.
You
Well,
discussing
something.
this in the street, by the way, or are you going to?
Yeah, well, we're walking, talking, I think, but
Okay, but you're going to Froon's Brews
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
dive bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you enter the establishment. It's open, and Emma Fruman is watching you come in.
Morning,
Oh.
Kroon.
morning.
Good morning, indeed. What are you guys doing here?
Quick question. If we want a table in the corner where no one can hear us, or maybe have a back room where no one can hear us, what would that cost us?
There's nobody here right now. Just sit here in the corner and just.
Oh. I'm just gonna throw him a gold and say, well, just make sure you don't hear us. Also, I think we're hungry, at least I am. I mean, I came here on an empty stomach. So, can you whip up some
I
food?
could eat.
Or your friends, because Sean was somebody else last time you were here.
I was there.
Olivia was surfing not there, and you were there, right, Andre?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just as myself.
Like, who are your two other friends?
Yeah, that's
Sean
the...
has been there as
Well-
himself though before.
So,
Have you been here? Okay, so I didn't know that.
when I said you don't hear us, I suppose I also meant you don't see us.
Okay. Yeah. He doesn't care. But you've been here as yourself, Sean, before.
Yeah, because the first time we went in here, I was just as myself. Because that was when I was investigating about the underground fighting stuff,
True. Yeah.
and I wanted to do that under my own name just to get my name out. So
The underground fighting was another bar, but no, never
was
mind.
that another bar? Oh, sorry, I thought we were.
This
at
was
that one.
this was the gambling bar.
No, then I was from that. Yeah. Then I was
other
someone else.
shady bar.
The other shady bar. Yeah.
this is this is not less shady. Like the dock was a lot like shady. Like you get stabbed if you turn your back. This is more like it's not a good. It's like the if you
Yeah, but
it just
this is a
outside
better.
the theater, it's with the neon lights, kind of like it's shabby. Not the good, but he's trying, but it's all tacky.
The skewered
Then
dragon.
I would have been someone else the first time. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been David Star Song, or so now something you like Star, the glorious performer. You've been I don't know what it was, Star.
Yeah.
You asked your bard Alto go.
My bar, no.
Bard Aldriga, yeah. But
Big Star.
but if you don't reply who these guys are, he doesn't care. He's like, who are your friends? Okay.
Just
did you-
that, friends.
Yeah.
So
Did you hear about the explosion though? Full Scott Ellie, man, that was awesome. That's
Yeah.
well, some justice at least for that. They're trying to run me out of business as people. I don't know.
wait for it to
Well,
and handle a little competition.
Some food, please, and then privacy after that, please.
Yeah, you get for some so let's say a couple of silver, like 15 silver, you could get some good breakfast, all four of you, and drinks, basic
Oh.
drinks if you want. It's more fancy
pay
than-
for all of us. Just pay and sit in the corner. So, guys, you found heavily armored people, and as the moment Froon goes into the back to make the food, we might not want to mention the dragon people, because if I remember correctly, he's associated with them.
In Zentrum, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
You can name them something else.
yeah, but you found like heavily armored people there. They were attacked. There were a bunch of innocent bystanders killed, and you said someone tried to rummage through the corpses.
Yeah, there was I think it was a dwarf or a gnome. No, Among the bodies, he was gripping a dagger, and someone told me that they saw a cloaked figure that was rummaging through the belongings of the gnome, and
Did
then
the gnome
started
have
running
tattoos?
off. Hmm?
Did the gnome have
The
tattoos?
gnome didn't have any tattoos that I saw.
Interesting.
I'm
This
not
is
quite sure
weird.
what's going on there. Also, the guy that was running off dropped this, and I put the necklace with the 2 beads on the table. Olivia, can you
Why would they be needing a
put
necklace?
your thing on it?
Okay,
It's magical. I think it might
Are
have
they-
to do something.
Is that gems? Are they worth anything? Can I have one?
Prefer
would you-
Olivia checking it first.
Why would
Let
you
me,
take a gem
cast
of a
some
necklace?
identify.
I mean, it's worth way more if you sell it as a necklace.
Well, there's like room for more, so I figured it's just like you break one off and.
Yeah, break it more, because that increases the value.
Well, the gems look nice. They look like all
Yeah,
swirly
they're-
bits.
They're also
You
magical,
want
so
to check, you can tell us to check Andre to see if you're smart enough what this could be based on all the information, but you can also, yeah, you don't know. That's like, yeah, you know, it's so average. So
If it's magical, though, it might be rare. So we might.
Could be dangerous. You don't know.
If it's rare, then it needs to have been bought somewhere. And if we can find the store where it was bought. I moved the necklace to Olivia over the table.
Yeah, so you just identify Olivia, or you do a ritual. I
Yes.
don't know.
It's a ritual.
Yeah, so you spent 10 minutes in this bar while the food is being prepared. And,
So that's a pretty good lead. If we find out where the necklace was purchased, we can find out who bought it.
yeah, for instance.
yeah, so
I'm
this-
also curious about the link to Gaunt.
yeah. So this is a necklace of fireballs. You sustain Olivia. Surprise, surprise. It's,
How many are
Two
used?
Fireballs. How many charges does it have left?
2 beats.
2 beats.
So, well, I guess that explains the explosion.
Yeah, this is the fire starter. Now only the person who used it.
Yeah, but the fact that the user wasn't, it wasn't cast by someone who knows magic makes it even more difficult to find it. Now it could have been anyone. So, do we even want to find these people?
Well,
Like, does it have anything to do with us?
I mean, it is a coincidence that it's in front of our shop, but I don't know. I
mean-
also really want to do what we were planning to do.
It feels
To
to
be
me
honest.
like a warning, stay out of this or you else.
It's just weird that it's none of our, no one we knew or someone who helped
Oh,
us
well.
or.
We were protecting someone, and this feels like stop doing,
Oh right.
like bothering us, and stay out of our business, or else next time we will blow up your place.
Now we blew up someone else. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. I still believe that if they wanted to target us, they would have thrown it
Yeah, why
inside
go
our house
through
and not
the
in
stuff?
front of our house. And
Why
going
risk
through the
down?
stuff, the Zentrum within, with the, I don't know. There's a lot of
I mean,
question marks.
I mean, if you want to send a message, you want to minimize the chance of getting caught. I mean, then going down and to the site of the explosion to rummage through the stuff just maximizes that.
But since the focus on the blast was not our in, I don't think we were the target in this one. Not for the fireball, anyway.
No, we were
Yeah.
the target for the guys who were killed by the fireball, at least some of them.
They
That
had
actually
weapons
makes sense.
drawn, so they were coming in for trouble.
I mean, they might not have been the best protectors ever, blowing up a bunch of people, but there were also a bunch of bad guys in front of our tavern,
that
heavily
you
armed.
said they searched the gnome. So maybe the gnome had something special on him that they needed, and they just
That's what I assume. Just they don't care about collateral damage and just
like the gnome was
wanted the
turning his back
object.
to them with a weapon drawn. So that's a good time to shoot them in the back.
I mean, not that matters much if you're throwing fireballs if you hit them in the back. But,
Well, if you see them coming, you can still run no dodge.
yeah, true. So we want to find out who did this then. And we want to find out
Yes
who
and
framed
no.
us, and we want to...
Yeah, that's the kind of a thing. Like, how many
We have a
things?
lot to do.
I
Well,
really want to do what we
but the-
wanted to do today.
I
Either
mean, I
way.
guess the quickest way to get the bar up and running again is to figure this out.
yeah.
It's,
I just
I'm
want to
really
know who's going to
itching
cover
to-
the bill.
Well, if you want to know badly enough, you know, we can ask them
I
directly.
don't.
Is there like
I mean, we could go to the yawning portal and just ask directly.
Is there like we could go to a local jury. I don't know if they sell like magical jewels, and ask about it. But we can also ask in the Yawning Portal if you want to buy something like that. Where do you go?
Oh, but
Like,
we know people who are connected to the victims here, so that's what why I mentioned the yawning portal.
For, yeah, oh yeah, for a bit of peace of mind, I guess we could just ask them. Listen,
I mean, I'm
we
not
don't
sure
need to
I
know
want
what
to. Don't get
exactly.
me wrong. Just throwing it out there that it's an option.
I mean, I
Let's
think
go
it's a
poke our hornets
good
then.
option to know something. Because if they just say, we can just say, listen, we don't want to know what's going on or who did this or whatever.
We do want to know who did it.
We just want to know, were they after them or were they after us?
They're not going to give us any information for free, though. It's going to be one of those the enemy of my enemy is my friend type situations, but
Well, we do
it's
have
going to cost
information.
us one way or the
We do
other.
have information for them for the attack itself. We know things they might not know about the
True.
attack.
So we trade
So that's
that
our leverage.
for-
You can trade that for just to have the insurance that it's not another something, someone, party, whatever that's also after us
What do you
on
think,
top of everything else.
Olivia? I think you've mentioned quite often before that my moral compass isn't always pointing straight north. What do you think?
Think how badly do you want to stay in business? Because this is gonna ruin you if you stay closed for a month. You get a bad name of like a place that it's unsafe to go to,
Well, I mean,
and
I want to stay in business, but I don't want to be indebted to a criminal faction.
then you do your own investigation.
So then we'll go look for a place that would sell a necklace like that.
I don't know how many there would be in the
I think
city.
that is a needle in a haystack, and I don't think
Is there
people that throw fireballs around in the street
Is
are
there
gonna buy
any,
it on
like a
illegal.
maker's mark on the necklace? Did you check for that?
You can make an,
Sugar stamp.
Yes.
you can make an investigation check to see if you see anything special stand out.
Doink.
21. Let's see what you get here. Second, I was not expecting investigation time. Yeah, you see initials. YG. So I'll type it in.
For those with a high insert, you can see Sean is almost like disappointed that we find something on the necklace.
So YG might be the owner, it might be the giver, it might be the shop who sold it.
Oh, I think marks on jewelry are often there by the person who made it. But yeah, like you say.
It's just the mark, not something like to my
It's
love
actually-
YG.
So they have this is like a very magical item. It's very functional, but you see that there's so it's not per se pretty as a necklace, but they try to add some decoration to prettify it, including a small pendant hanging in the middle, which has these initials on it. So you see that underneath this, there's this plain old magical item, but they try to at least make it a bit more wearable. Now it's ruined though, so you've seen that they tried to do it, but after the falling off the roof in the barrel and all the things being ripped off, but it was at some points pretty nice.
Might have been
Could go to any jeweler, and the jeweler should be able to tell us what it means. At least.
yeah. Just make sure they handle it carefully, but I guess the jeweler would anyway.
Well, they would, unless they made it themselves.
Yeah. Just I'll stand next to them. I mean, they want to blow me up, at least they go with me.
Do anyone know any jewelries?
Should be plenty of jewelry store in the
I know a
market
few
area.
fences, but not really like proper jewelers.
And I guess that's a DM answer, but I suspect I would know of a jeweler store somewhere in the city.
Yeah, there's plenty of jeweler stores around. You've seen
What-
plenty of other ways.
Would a magical shop make more sense since it's a magical item?
Yeah, but I don't think I know any magic shop though.
There are not a lot of like plain magical shops. There are of course shops that sell magical items like where they have like a bow, a Fletcher, where they have magical bows and gear, armor like Embry and Ari that have some magical weapons. Not there, but there's some, so you could look for those in the city.
I'm just as Sean, he would say like that.
Yeah,
that
probably
makes
there, you
sense
can,
from.
so there's some shops that you presume you didn't enter a lot of them because those are very expensive and very well guarded.
Yeah.
And,
I hate to
most
say it, but with this little information, I think we need to just put in the legwork, start knocking on doors, see if jewelers, magic shop, anyone would recognize something like this.
Let's go.
Oh,
Let's
That's
finish
gonna
this
take a
level.
lot of time.
before we leave, I'm going to take out my Wand of Secrets and use it.
Okay.
It detects any magic or hidden door or trap within 30 feet.
Yeah, no, there is nothing magical going on. It's Froon, Emic Froon doing his business. And actually, nobody has entered in the meantime. It's not a place you really want to visit or not. The food was also not that good. But,
Yeah, I just figured it was
it's
like
of course, it was not bad, but like it was like plain.
I super don't trust this guy, so I figured it might be secrets.
Nothing going.
No secret doors, too bad.
Too bad.
Oh, by the way, Sean, did you get a chance to buy any potions?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, cool.
I did.
Do we know any NPCs with the initials YG?
Just thinking about.
I don't think so.
That would have been too easy.
Check your notes. Maybe there are. I don't know.
No, I tried. I didn't see any.
YG? Well, does that name ring a bell? No.
Name, its initials, but it doesn't really trigger directly something.
Let's just see what we can find.
So yeah, so you exit Froom's Brews, and well, let's take a short break, and
Sure.
let you go continue on after this. Where are you going off to investigate the fireball throwing stuff? Yeah. See you in a second.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Alright.